was fine. I used to be happy, but that means nothing to me no more. It'll be alright, it's a lie. Everything inside of me is fucked, my insanity is high. But it's all good, I got new friends. All of my crew think I'm lucid. Yeah, let me take roll now, who's in? Misfits with dreams of delusion. We're running up against the wall. If we keep on pushing, we can make it fall. There's nothing left to lose it all, so give in to all the pain. Welcome to the chaos. No, there's never gonna be a way out. Nobody's gonna save us. Can't you see that this is our fate now? You can run and you can hide, but it's all in your mind. Welcome to the chaos. No, there's never gonna be a way out. This is hell. What's so wrong with being crazy? It's so much fun when you're insane. I try to hide all of my madness, but I love it, keep it coming. So here's a cheers to all the outcasts. Let's get lost in fantasy. Celebrating being fucked up, but there's no worry, it's only hurting me. We're running up against the wall. If we keep on pushing, we can make it fall. There's nothing left to lose at all, so give in to all the pain. Welcome to the chaos. No, there's never gonna be a way out. Nobody's gonna save us. Can't you see that this is our fate now? You can run and you can hide, but it's all in your mind. Welcome to the chaos. No, there's never gonna be a way out. This is how I can't escape this hell. I can't take it anymore. I'm dying again and again. When did this all begin? Just like I'm playing pretend. I need this shit to end. Welcome to the chaos. No, there's never gonna be a way out. Nobody's gonna save us. Can't you see that this is our fate now? You can run and you can hide, but it's all in your mind. Welcome to the chaos. No, there's never gonna be a way out. This is how. This is how.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MPWF WAR. I am your host as always, Dwayne James Johnny Feelgood, and we are back on YouTube after a little hiatus. But as you saw there previously, welcome to the Chaos by Fame on Fire, taking a look back at MPWF Bloodlines, the WAR exclusive clip preview. Tonight we are live from Richmond, Virginia, and folks, we are going straight into the action tonight. We announced on our last episode that the Cruiserweight Championship would be on the line, and that is how we're kicking off MPWF WAR episode 16 here tonight, folks. It's going to be a huge night of action on MPWF WAR, multiple championships on the line. We are building, we are on the road to MPWF SummerSlam, which is going to be the first ever two-night exclusive click preview. Folks, we got some big things planned for the summer here in the MPWF, and I cannot wait. And again, big things stopping, big things popping, little things stopping, ladies and gentlemen, as the Cruiserweight Championship is on the line. Again, you can tell excitement in my voice. The World Wrestling Future was available on our secondary channel at the MPWF Chairman. But Fenix Oscuro, the Dark Phoenix, makes his way to the ring tonight, and he has been picking up win after win after win in the last couple of months here, leading him to getting a shot at the Cruiserweight Championship of the world. And what, like I said, a huge spotlight being put on both of these men here tonight. Chase Stevens, the current Cruiserweight Champion, who will be making his way to the ring. They have been embroiled in some issues with a generation of scum who made themselves more than known and apparent at MPWF Bloodlines with the official induction of Lamar Goldman, now we should refer to as Lamar, folks. Marcus Eagle and Lamar Goldman dropping their last names, just using their first names, building their own legacy. And again, Sakura Furukawa has been trying to recruit this man here, but Fenix Oscuro, even though he had a bit of an altercation with Chase Stevens on episode 15, Fenix Oscuro says he is going to fight this matchup by himself. He don't need the Generation of Scum. Again, he is a former multi-time Cruiserweight champion, and we could be seeing a title change here tonight, folks. And this is a little different here, ladies and gentlemen. And there is Sarah Southside accompanying the Cruiserweight champion of the world, unbreakable Chase Stevens, ladies and gentlemen. And you want to talk about a man that has managed to overcome adversity, overcome animosity. Chase Stevens has been held and pushed down at every point in his career, but he said, no more. And he won that Cruiserweight Championship at the Survivor Series buy-in show off of Marcus Eagle, and is now your current champion, has held that title belt since then. This is going to be a hard fight here. New theme song, Glitter and Gold by Barnes Courtney. What a title fight this is going to be here to kick off episode 16 of MPWF WAR. Chase Stevens and Sarah Southside are going steady, ladies and gentlemen. Trauma brings people together, and Sarah Southside coming together with Chase Stevens after the attack by Sakura Furukawa and the defense of Sarah Southside, folks. So again, Chase has that extra support now on the outside of the ring here. We know Sarah Southside ain't going to get involved in this matchup like the Generation Scum usually does. What an ovation here for Chase Stevens, folks. This is a thunderous ovation for the Cruiserweight champion. A different vibe, a different feel for Chase Stevens here tonight. Once again, before this match starts, folks, I want to thank everybody for supporting the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. And at this time as well, I also want to say RIP to Sabu. He is one of the greatest legends, one of the greatest wrestlers we've ever seen in professional wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. And when this show was edited, unfortunately, we weren't able to splice in the picture for Sabu. But I just wanted at this time to let everybody know that, again, Sabu is a hero and a legend of wrestling, and he brought a hardcore style that has innovated the entire sport, and we just want to pay our respects here in the MPWF, folks. But here we go, Cruiserweight Championship on the line. Again, what's going to be going through the mind of Chase Stevens? Fenix Oscuro has beaten Chase Stevens before in competition. Fenix Oscuro, easily the best cruiserweight that we have had in the MPWF since the return to YouTube, since the return of the Cruiserweight Championship. No man has held the Cruiserweight title more times than Fenix Oscuro. Chase Stevens, a two-time champion himself, does not want to lose this title here in this matchup, as both men gear it up for this. We've had time to build and see who we want to have win this matchup. The MPWF fans very interested in the outcome of this fight. Nice snapmare takeover there by Fenix Oscuro, and went for the drop kick, and Chase Stevens saw it coming. Now again, Fenix Oscuro, as you can tell, Lucha Libre is his style, ladies and gentlemen. But Chase Stevens, more of a submission-based wrestler. Honestly, Chase Stevens, cutting weight, becoming lean, has become a cruiserweight. Was in the heavyweight division before, and again he's found success here in the cruiserweight division. Nice shooting star press there by Fenix Oscuro. Again, Fenix is a lot bigger for a cruiserweight. But Chase Stevens, who's competed in that heavyweight division on multiple occasions, may have the advantage here in this situation when it comes to power, as you see that boot to the face. But again, Fenix Oscuro has been through this before. He knows what it means, knows what it takes to become the Cruiserweight champion of the world. As Chase Stevens now whips him off the ropes here. A nice takedown there by Chase Stevens. And Stevens now telling Fenix Oscuro, I've got your number. Chase Stevens there doing his best impression of ODB, baby, I got your number. And oh my goodness, what a drop kick off the ropes there. Springboard by Fenix Oscuro. And now Oscuro has him up here. Nice suplex there with the beautiful bridge by Fenix Oscuro. And you know, I talked about the heavyweight division, and I said both of these men have flirted with that division. Fenix Oscuro did very well in the North American title gauntlet matchup last year. Chase Stevens, that we said, is competed for the CAW World Heavyweight Championship. He was the first person to challenge for that title when Max Payne held it, all the way back in 2023, ladies and gentlemen. So again, both of these men have kind of floated up and down. As now Chase there with these elbows here, ground and pounding Fenix Oscuro. Chase Stevens has been working on his MMA. You know, we've mentioned in the past how the Cypher on the Annihilation brand was training with Angel Ortiz. Chase Stevens has found himself training with Angel Ortiz at the the Sub-Zero Fight Factory. Again, you need to do whatever it takes to add to your game, to build to that repertoire. As a nice hip toss takeover there, ladies and gentlemen. It's been some time. DJ has been very busy, ladies and gentlemen, but we are back here with action and a clothesline there by Chase Stevens, and that's what I'm talking about. I think he's overwhelming Fenix Oscuro with this powerful offense here in this opening matchup. You know, and as we see these two men compete, I want to stress, if you haven't checked out MPWF Bloodlines, folks, you need to. What an event here on our channel at MPWF Wrestling, the War exclusive click review. You can see Bound by Honor too, but we'll talk about that more on Annihilation, as well as the World Wrestling Future hosting their click review, folks. The Resurrection on the MPWF Chairman page, folks. So even though we haven't been here, we have been busy. And now look at this here. Oh, what a shot to the chest there by the champion. And again, Oscuro has been on the back foot in this matchup. And again, you got to be thinking in his brain, is he going, should I have taken the help by Sakura Furukawa? Again, Sakura Furukawa is a dangerous woman to be involved with. As Chase now up the top rope there with a flying clothesline. And Chase Stevens is operating on a different level, ladies and gentlemen. I said there was something different about him when he came to the ring with the new theme song. And he is showing it right here tonight in Richmond, Virginia, folks. So a block shot there. And clothesline by Fenix Oscuro. And another one taking down Chase Stevens and catching it by the foot. And there's the leg trip. The leg sweep by the challenger. And Oscuro realizing that he needs to pick up the pace here in this matchup. And now wait a minute. Oscuro has Chase all the way up. Oh my goodness gracious me. A nasty brain buster to the champion to win the championship and no. That's all it takes, ladies and gentlemen. One brain buster being dropped on your skull. And that could be it. That just shows you the resolve of the champion. And a springboard drop kick again there by Fenix Oscuro. And Oscuro utilized that double rotation moonsault as his finisher. And if he hits that, folks, we'll crown a new champion here tonight. As Oscuro there with a high ankle crossbody off the top rope with the pin on the champion, but a kick out. Look at how quickly Fenix Oscuro changed the momentum of this matchup here tonight, folks. Just like that. And Oscuro now with a beautiful German suplex, dropping Chase Stevens right on the back of his neck and head. And a kick out. Sarah Southside cheering on the outside of the ring. We talked about them going steady in a relationship. Love is in the air here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. But will love prevail in this situation as there's a DDT by the challenger. And now Oscuro is bouncing up and down, confidence on his face. Or through his mask, because we can't really see his face. But Oscuro up the ropes here, and a dive to the floor there on the champion, folks. And that right here is what separates MPWF WAR from the best. The Cruiserweight division. Something only unique and exclusive to this brand. And Chase now reeling from this offense, but and again going right after the leg there. Needs to slow down that pace. Needs to slow down that pace. And now what is this here? Oh my gosh. That modified version of an F10 by Chase Stevens. And oh man, Oscuro wasn't prepared for that. That's now Chase Stevens now. Oh, shot to the back. But again, I mentioned before how Oscuro has a victory over Chase Stevens, but Chase has beaten Fenix Oscuro. It was Fenix Oscuro that Chase defeated to earn the shot at the Cruiserweight Championship, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not forget that. And again, there's more of that MMA training there by Chase Stevens, but Oscuro, again, no slouch in that department himself. Oh, go for that punch there and miss it. There's a small package, some call it the inside cradle by Chase Stevens, and oh, kick out there. And you see the scar on the back of Chase Stevens. That was caused to him by CJ Parker. I wonder how Chase Stevens felt about seeing CJ Parker get decimated at Bound by Honor. But there's a cover here, 2, and oh, near fall again. What a matchup this is, and what a way to start MPWF WAR, folks. So Oscuro sends Chase into the buckle, and oh no! Oscuro went for the kick and missed. And now, oh, he's back in it again. He is back in it again. And Oscuro up the top rope here, and oh my goodness gracious me. What an arm drag there by the challenger. Oscuro is cooking, and he's looking for the double rotation moonsault, and he missed. Chase Stevens moved out the way, and there it is, chicken wing. Chicken wing, but no, he switches it to the sleeper. Chicken wing and switches it to the sleeper. Oscuro was prepared for the chicken wing, but the sleeper applied here. And Chase will not let go. A vice grip, and Oscuro taps out. Oscuro taps out, and Chase Stevens is still the Cruiserweight champion of the world. What a matchup, folks, and what a way to start off this show. Oh my word, incredible action there. The miss off the double rotation moonsault, and you see that Oscuro was trying to reverse, but Chase Stevens, knowing that he knew the chicken wing was coming, switched it to the sleeper hold, and Oscuro has only tapped out twice in his career, and both times have been to the Cruiserweight champion, Chase Stevens. Like I said, something different about Chase Stevens. The feeling is in the air. I believe he is becoming a major player on this brand, and that victory just secured it, ladies and gentlemen. Man, what a night. And folks, let's take a look at what's going to be happening for the rest of this show, because that's how we kick things off. But still to come tonight, that bold man Ricochet is taking on tendencies, as well as we have the European title on the line. Greg James challenges brand new champion Wayne Level, and the Future Foundation defends the CNW World Tag Team titles against the Young Goats, who've been extremely impressive on MPWF Underground. All of that and so much more. And wait a minute, speaking of Sakura Furukawa, here she is in the back, folks. She says, so you went out there and did things your way and failed. You didn't want to be looked at as scum, so you wasted an opportunity to be liked by the fans and management. Being scum is the only way forward. A storm is coming, Fenix. Either you become the storm or get blown away by it. The difference now is, if you want to be scum, it isn't a willing invitation anymore. I need something from you to prove yourself. Sakura's still not done with Fenix Oscuro, but the roles have changed there, and Oscuro, again, man, he's going to be reeling about losing that matchup. But could he really be thinking about Sakura Furukawa's offer? Well, we're not done with the Cruiserweights here tonight, folks. As we found out on our previous episode of MPWF Underground, Yamamoto Yoshino was traded to MPWF WAR for Malcolm Gray. And folks, at the end of SummerSlam will be the end of our trade period. As you've noticed, there's been superstars going back and forth, being traded by the general managers. So this might be one of the final trades. But Yamamoto Yoshino now officially a part of MPWF WAR. Huge things, huge opportunities here for Yoshino, and you can see here by this crowd in Richmond that the War fans are very excited, very happy to have Yoshino on this brand. You know, Yoshino was kind of a bad guy, got booed by the fans on MPWF Annihilation, but the fans here in MPWF WAR are excited to see him here tonight. Again, he had that altercation with B.O.B. and Malcolm Gray, formerly the Public Enemy Malcolm Gray, now on Annihilation. And we will see Malcolm Gray on that show. But he's competing right now against B.O.B. here in our second matchup on MPWF WAR. Again, a second-generation wrestler, son of the legendary Yamasaki Yoshino. We have seen their exploits together here in the MPWF. And again, just seen Chase Stevens retain that Cruiserweight Championship. This right here, folks. This man right here could be a top contender for that championship. The son of the dragon. And here we go. B.O.B. Ooh, with a super kick at B.O.B. saying, the fanfare might be for Yoshino, but don't take me lightly. Again, B.O.B. not getting a full entrance here. You know he ain't going to be happy about that. He's going to want to make sure he takes out that frustration here on Yamamoto Yoshino and play spoiler to his debut on MPWF WAR. And now, what a shot to the chest there by Yamamoto Yoshino. Again, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what Yoshino provides for us here on the red brand in the MPWF. And Yoshino right off the bat there, taking out B.O.B. in control here. And again, like I said, unlike Annihilation, the crowd here at WAR seems to be on his side as he throws B.O.B. into the buckle. And here comes those educated feet by Yamamoto Yoshino and a backstabber. Again, a former World Wrestling Future Champion, former MPWF Zero Limits Champion. Yoshino has already had his fair share of success here already. Yoshino just leaving his mid-20s, around that 26, 27 years of age. So again, it's big business time. You know, we mentioned the Cypher in that previous matchup. Had a story history with him in the World Wrestling Future. Again, competed in the Cruiserweight Classic. All the way back in 2021, we had the Cruiserweight Classic in the MPWF. Yoshino was a part of that. So like I said, is that Cruiserweight title definitely on his mind, as well as a brand new European Championship being involved here on MPWF WAR. I think Yoshino is a great get for Brian Adams here on this show. But again, how about still to come? Speaking of Cruiserweights, Ricochet going to be on MPWF WAR. We've seen him compete on Underground already, so Ricochet going to make an appearance here on MPWF WAR, as well as tag team titles are on the line. Again, what a night we have in store for you, and that is not all. We're going to hear from the CAW World Heavyweight Champion, the CAW Women's World Champion, as well as Ryan Sparxx. So much still to come here tonight, as Yoshino fires back there with an STO on B.O.B. Again, we are on the road to MPWF SummerSlam. I mentioned it before. The first two-night event for the MPWF. I cannot wait, folks. And now, oh, nice move there by B.O.B. Catching Yamamoto Yoshino now. Going with the cover. Two. And no, Yoshino gets the shoulder up. And B.O.B. not happy about it. Again, B.O.B. has been in the MPWF for a long time. B.O.B. yet to win a championship here in the MPWF. And again, watching people constantly coming back here and passing him by. And B.O.B. is definitely not happy about that. B.O.B. doesn't want to be passed by Yamamoto Yoshino or others. So he needs to prove himself here tonight as B.O.B. on the top rope here. Oh my God! A whisper in the wind there off the top turnbuckle by B.O.B. with the cover. Two. And Yoshino gets the shoulder up. And again, I've mentioned again, B.O.B.'s no slouch. This is not some easy job match for Yoshino to debut and have. This is against a tough competitor, and there's a powerbomb by Yamamoto Yoshino. And oh, wait a minute, he could be looking for that KTFO here on B.O.B. But there's a clothesline. And a second clothesline. And now B.O.B., oh, he fires back with a clothesline of his own. Nice back and forth matchup here. Went for the super kick one too many times. Yoshino saying, spin around. And now Yoshino, oh, catching him there with that wheel kick. And oh, what a knee to the jaw there by Yamamoto Yoshino. And now wait, catch it, B.O.B. Oh, kick to the back of the head. Yoshino knocking him out there on the ropes, and there's a German suplex. Beautiful there by the Dragon. Yoshino now to the top rope. B.O.B. is in trouble here. Yoshino is rocking, and there's a crossbody off the top. You can never go wrong with a crossbody, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you that right now. And now, wait a minute. Yamamoto Yoshino in control right now. Look at these kicks here again. And now, wait a minute. What is this? It's got B.O.B. up here. Oh! A butterfly pile driver. And B.O.B. is out against the ropes, ladies and gentlemen. Out against the ropes. B.O.B. is knocked out. He's thinking he's still playing Doom the Dark Ages right now, ladies and gentlemen. And if you haven't played that game, go check it out, folks. What a game. We always plug good games here. Oh, there it is. KTFO. KTFO, folks. And if you don't know what that means, take a guess. But that boy just got KTFO. Wow, what a kick. What a kick. Yamamoto Yoshino with the win here in his debut in MPWF WAR. And he is fired up, ladies and gentlemen. Fired up. Like I said, this could be a banner-marking year for Yamamoto Yoshino. And here is the CAW Women's World Champion, and still Carmen the Carmichael. The MPWF fans were not happy with how she retained the championship and the fact that she managed to survive that ladder match and walk out as the Women's World Champion, and we will hear from her later tonight. But wait a minute. We're about to hear from a man that picked up the biggest victory, folks. The biggest victory. And oh, wait a minute, that's not Ryan Sparxx, that's his brother Tony Sparxx. The Super Sparxx brothers have shook this brand since they've come here, that's for sure, ladies and gentlemen. And there he is, main event Ryan Sparxx. 2 click per views, 2 legends he's defeated, folks. It is getting very hard to disagree with the success that Ryan Sparxx has had here in the last calendar year in the MPWF. I just mentioned the fact that he defeated Jamie Emo at MPWF Survivor Series. Again, extenuating circumstances. And then he defeated Joey Eagle at MPWF Bloodlines. Again, extenuating circumstances. But the results, the book, guess what it says? W to Ryan Sparxx. And then as well, at the end of Bloodlines, the CAW World Champion Shane Carter came out and stared down with Ryan Sparxx. And we believe that this is going to be the title matchup for MPWF SummerSlam. Again, it was an unofficial number 1 contendership matchup. Not official, but I was saying, come on, guys. If the winner between Joe Eagle and Ryan Sparxx, that's got to be the number 1 contender for the title. But here we go, we're going to hear from Ryan Sparxx now, and this could be exhausting. The amount he's going to glaze himself here in this situation. He says, you know, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. The main event never lies. And at MPWF Bloodlines, I single-handedly defeated Joey Eagle. 2 CPVs, 2 wrestling legends that have been defeated by yours truly, Mr. Ryan Sparxx. And now I am the rightful number 1 contender to the CAW World Championship. And I'm thinking that main event, for one of these nights, I should take the gold. And how easy is it going to be facing Shane Carter? Yes, I said easy. I have Shane Carter's number. Let's not forget that I cashed in Money in the Bank and ended Shane Carter's MPWF title run prematurely. Let's not forget that I defeated Shane Carter the episode after with a top rope brainbuster. The CAW World Championship is as good as mine, and I am unstoppable right now. And folks, it is going to be very hard to argue with that statement by Ryan Sparxx. And wait a minute, Tony says, at Bloodlines, my brother became more than just a hero. He became a wrestling god. No man can say they've defeated Jamie Emo, Joey Eagle, and Shane Carter, but he has. He is the hero you will need, and at SummerSlam, he will win the CW World Championship and quarterback this roster to ultimate success. Tony Sparxx here is completely glazing his brother, folks, because Tony Sparxx has never made the money that his brother has, and that's why he is riding his coattails with a My Brother Beat Jamie Emo sign on the back of his jacket. But hold on a second here, folks. Whilst the Super Sparxx brothers are going off here on MPWF WAR, that is the music of Chris Champ. Wait a second. Hold the phone, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Champ also picked up a victory at MPWF Bloodlines in tag team action against the Black Sun with the general manager Brian Adams. And again, he might be taking exception to what Ryan Sparxx is saying here tonight. Chris Champ, like I said again, is one of those young stars, folks, where the sky is the limit, and that world championship, oh man, it is just out of reach for Chris Champ. And I believe he has everything that it takes to win that title. He almost had the interim championship at New Year's Revolution, folks, all the way back in 2024, folks. And again, Ryan Sparxx looking confused, wondering why Chris Champ is out here to speak to him right now. And Chris Champ getting right up into the face of Ryan Sparxx. Ain't no intimidation on Chris Champ's face. And he says, Ryan, this is our first time meeting with each other since you came to MPWF WAR, and quite frankly, we need to get a few things straight. You may have beaten Jamie Emo, Joe Eagle, and Shane Carter, but you haven't beaten me yet. And secondly, you aren't the only one who won at Bloodlines, and as far as I remember, your match with Joey Eagle was never officially a #1 contenders match, so you ain't nothing. Chris Champ taking straight exception to Ryan Sparxx here tonight. And Ryan Sparxx is livid, but it was not an official #1 contendership match. Champ says, now I'm not stupid. I know how good you are and clearly how dangerous you can be. But I am ready to step up. I am ready for the World Championship, and that means I have to run through you. So I think that tonight, we should have an official #1 contenders match for the CW World Championship between Chris Champ and Ryan Sparxx. Let's see who's good enough to face Shane Carter at SummerSlam. And you know what, folks? I think that's a great idea. I think that's a grand idea. I think that's exactly what we should do here tonight. And wait a minute, that's the music of the general manager, Brian Adams. And Brian Adams making his way to the stage here. And come on, Brian Adams, let's get it going. Let's get ourselves our main event tonight. And he says, Ryan, let me agree with Chris Champ for a second and make things crystal clear. Your match at Bloodlines was not a #1 contenders match. Now, had Max Payne not got involved and assisted you in defeating Joey Eagle, I may have made you the #1 contender. But as I have learned firsthand, what goes around comes around. Man, this is not looking good for Ryan Sparxx here tonight, folks. The Super Sparxx brothers ain't happy about this at all. Adam says, so tonight, Ryan, you will take on Chris Champ in the official #1 contenders match. The winner of tonight's main event will face Shane Carter for the CW World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. Well, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves a main event. Chris Champ versus Ryan Sparxx. Who goes on to fight Shane Carter at MPWF SummerSlam? Nah, this is huge. This is huge. I said to you, this night gonna be big. Episode 16 of MPWF WAR, and it's official. #1 contendership matchup. Chris Champ versus Ryan Sparxx, as well as the European title still to come on the line. Greg James challenges Wayne Level, and the tag team titles on the line is going to be the Young Goats versus the Future Foundation in what looks to be a very, very athletic contest, folks. But let's take a look at Tom Sawyer, who made his debut at Bloodlines. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've never seen him before, this is Tom Sawyer. competing on the World Wrestling Future, won the vote by a landslide by the MPWF fans is who they would like to see in the main roster. And because of it, Brian Adams says we gotta have him here, and I'm bringing him here in this matchup, in this gauntlet matchup. Can Tom Sawyer make history? His official debut on MPWF WAR King. The opponents, now he's saying he's got big balls on the outside. Oh, Tom Sawyer! Oh, thank God! Tom Sawyer just over Tony Sparxx. I just said for the love of the damn game. Oh my goodness, folks. And now Tom Sawyer has Tony Sparxx up here for that Texas pile driver straight down from the south. And now wait a minute, Matt Natural in trouble. Sawyer now. Oh man, big time Alabama slam there. The knee there, I should say. Wait a minute. Tilt-a-whirl tombstone. Tilt-a-whirl tombstone pile driver by Tom Sawyer. 2. Well, good night, Matt Natural. It's time to hit the showers. Tom Sawyer continuing that momentum here tonight. And welcome back, folks. We saw the debut of Tom Sawyer, extremely impressive in the European title gauntlet matchup. And he's going to compete in action here tonight against Matt Natural. And this man is in desperate need of a win, folks. Matt Natural is in desperate need of a victory. It has been not since WrestleMania that he's pinned someone, and honestly that was 24/7 rules for the WrestleMania Championship. So again, BOV tried to play spoiler to Yamamoto Yoshino. Can Matt Natural play spoiler to Tom Sawyer in his official MPWF WAR debut here tonight? And there he is, folks, the modern day warrior, Tom Sawyer. Folks, we've seen a lot from this man in the World Wrestling Future. A lot of hype has been built for this man finally making it to the main roster. Former F-Gen champion in the World Wrestling Future and now a part of this brand. And again, like we said, from the performance that we saw at Bloodlines, we know that Tom Sawyer is going to be a major player in the future here in the MPWF. Said he has got all the tools, he's got everything it takes to make it to the top of this brand, and it all begins here tonight. His debut on MPWF WAR is right now, ladies and gentlemen. And he's cool as hell. I'll tell you that right now, he is cool as hell. Get an amazing ovation here by Richmond. Again, Tom Sawyer wrestled in Virginia quite a bit on the independents. Part of the Down South Street crew. Again, if you remember that from the King of the Indies, Tom Sawyer was originally their leader. Again, has come so far here in core wrestling. Now a part of MPWF WAR. And Matt Natural here. Usually the bigger, usually the more muscular man against his opponents, but Tom Sawyer just as big, just as strong, and a nice hip lock takeover there by Tom Sawyer. And Sawyer now here, big knee to the face there of Matt Natural. Again, 2025, like I said, is going to be a very big year for the MPWF. And everybody wants to be on top. Everybody wants to be in control at that point here. A nice spine buster there by Tom Sawyer. Again, everybody wants to make a wave, make an impact. Get that European Championship being introduced is a huge opportunity for the modern day warrior. Oh, look at that combination there by Tom Sawyer in an inverted DDT. And now Sawyer here with Matt Natural, and a whip sending Matt Natural into the buckle. Tom Sawyer there taking out Matt Natural. And hold the phone here as a nice scoop slam there by the modern day warrior. Again, he's going to be watching Wayne Level and Greg James very, very closely. When that's all said and done here is now, oh, wait a minute, bit too overzealous there. That veteran experience there of Matt Natural coming into play in a double axe handle. Again, Matt Natural has been here in the MPWF since 2020 when we returned, folks. Is a multi-time tag team champion in both our developmental, the World Wrestling Future, and the MPWF. So Matt Natural has been successful. I believe that's why Brian Adams still has him employed, even though it's been forever since he's gotten a victory. So you said the potential for Matt Natural is there at a winding elbow right to the back of Tom Sawyer's head, and another one. So now he drives that forearm to the face here again, trying to play spoiler to Tom Sawyer here on MPWF WAR. One uppercut there by Matt Natural. So even some of the fans commenting on YouTube and outside of our live chat have been talking about how they're impressed by Matt Natural. But again, he needs, the victory. The W is all that matters, folks. That's how you build that momentum I always talk about. As he whips Tom Sawyer off the ropes here. Nice back elbow there by Matt Natural. Goes straight to the cover here. Forearm right to the face of Tom Sawyer. And again, a kick out. Again, Matt Natural not making it easy at all for Tom Sawyer in his debut here on MPWF WAR. And a big right hand there. And now Tom Sawyer telling the world here that he's the man. But you gotta show it. As Tom Sawyer fires back with that knee to the face. And Sawyer now sends Matt Natural into the buckle. Oh, what an uppercut. Look at this uppercut. Rapid uppercuts here. And he's not stopping. Tom Sawyer not stopping. All these uppercuts here to Matt Natural. And oh my gosh. And now wait a minute. Tom Sawyer again here. Another uppercut. We're having an uppercut party here on WAR. And oh, drop kick, but Matt Natural moves out the way. And a big kick to the midsection and stopping the momentum. But that's that fire there by the modern day warrior. And oh, what a flipping clothesline there by Tom Sawyer. Matt Natural slowly getting to his feet. Kick to the knee there. And now Tom Sawyer here. Look at these boosts to the chest. And now wait a minute. Tom Sawyer has Matt Natural against the ropes here. And now Tom Sawyer clothesline sends Matt Natural all the way to the floor. And wait a minute. Tom Sawyer going to go high risk and over the top rope there. Big man with the big man dive on Matt Natural. Like I said, man, this is the future. This is the future of the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. And he throws Matt Natural back inside the ring. And now Tom Sawyer looking for the end here against Matt Natural. And now wait a minute, look at this here. Tilt-a-whirl, tombstone pile driver, folks. Tilt-a-whirl, tombstone pile driver. And now look at this here. A vice grip to drag Matt Natural away from the ropes with the cover. Two. And Tom Sawyer picks up the win here tonight. Huge debut for the modern day warrior. Look at that vice grip dragging Matt Natural away from the ropes. Unfortunately for Matt Natural, another loss. But more importantly, a victory for Tom Sawyer here tonight in his debut on MPWF WAR. Again, I keep talking about how people are going to become major players. That man right there, folks. You want to talk about a main event for WrestleMania 2028? Right there, Tom Sawyer. He might even do it earlier than that, ladies and gentlemen. Impressive performance there. Yeah, man, I think Tom Sawyer is going to be a beloved fan favorite, folks. A beloved fan favorite. But ladies and gentlemen, let's break kayfabe for a second. DJ got 2K25, folks. And what we're going to tell you right now is that MPWF SummerSlam is going to be the first event on 2K25, a two-night extravaganza, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, big things popping, little things stopping. It's going to be a banner-making year, folks. I cannot wait. But wait a minute, there is Joey Eagle, who has just arrived. And I want to hear what Joey Eagle has to say after what Max Payne did in the main event of MPWF Bloodlines, folks. And wait a second, Brian Adams here with Matt Natural. And Brian says, Matt, we need to have a serious talk about your future here in the MPWF. You haven't won a match in a long time. Roster cuts will be coming heading into 2K25, and I don't know if I'll be able to keep you on the books. Look, we fought each other and against each other, and I know how talented you can be, But if you don't either win or do something to get over, I cannot justify keeping you employed on MPWF WAR. Folks, this is not good for the career of Matt Natural. He needs to do something quick. Or, again, he's going to have to hit the showers and never be in the MPWF again, folks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves another debut here on MPWF WAR. Introducing perhaps the most controversial man on social media, Mr. Ricochet himself. He competed against Chase Stevens in a Cruiserweight Championship match on MPWF Underground and impressed Brian Adams so much that he's given him a shot here tonight on MPWF WAR. And we certainly know that Ricochet has the talent to be successful in professional wrestling and court wrestling. But he has a huge task ahead of himself against the returning tendencies here tonight. And again, this is a very controversial decision by Brian Adams. I'm very interested to see how the MPWF fans take to seeing Ricochet here tonight. Being told as well that Ricochet has been in talks as well with Baron Blade of BCW. So again, Ricochet trying to, have it, was it work his hand? What's the saying there? Ricochet's basically playing in multiple different pots. Ricochet's trying to get that money, ladies and gentlemen. And again, whilst trying to get that money, Ricochet might have to keep his mouth quiet on social media. I'll tell you a man that will try and shut that up. And that is the returning tendencies, ladies and gentlemen. Again, it was months ago, almost 6 months, Tennessees has been out after he was thrown through that spotlight by his boy Kivo. Tennessee's returning MPWF Bloodlines to prevent Kivo from getting involved in the matchup for the North American title. As you see his new theme song, Blood by Breaking Benjamin, and all new Tennessee's back here tonight. I spoke to Tennessee's before the show. Tennessee's very happy to be back, but Tennessee said he's not 100% yet. Tennessee said he couldn't wait any longer. He says he needs to get his hands on Kivo. So Tennessee's operating at about 75%. He says he feels bad for the MPWF fans because he's not in the best shape that he should be in. But he's going to be here and he's going to compete in matches until he can get his hands on Kivo. Again, that's dangerous for Kivo. When a man is coming back at 75% in a hyper-competitive atmosphere like the MPWF, but he takes down Ricochet right off the bat there with the elbow. And again, this no slouch. Ricochet, no slouch at all. Multiple-time champion all over the world. I heard from a little birdie that this man knows a guy named Prince Puma as well. So, Ricochet has been all over the place, winning championships everywhere he's gone to. As there's a Russian leg sweep there by Tennessee's. So Tennessee's not very well versed on social media at all. Tennessee's an old school guy. Again, a lot of the old school MPWF fans are very familiar with Tennessee. He's a successful wrestler, former internet YouTube tag team champion, a former multi-time tag team champion in Fight Japan Core Wrestling. Once again, as I continue to plug more of those shows, Fight Japan Core Wrestling, the World Wrestling Future, the Core Wrestling Global, the King of the Indies, all on our MPWF Chairman channel. Now look at this here. Reversal there by Ricochet. And an uppercut by Ricochet. And now Ricochet attacking Tennessee's here tonight. Again, immediately this crowd booing Ricochet. Again, booing him because he's bald. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm practically bald. In RL. I got a huge afro in game though. As wait a minute, Ricochet with a beautiful moonsault there. And again, that's what keeps the crowd invested in him. That athleticism, and now a boot to the face there by Tennessee's. And now, Ricochet went for the clothesline and missing. And wait a minute, is this a live tweet? Ricochet saying, after I beat Tennessee's tonight, Baron Blade's gonna give me a shot at the BCW World Title. Your losers can't handle this. Wait, how the hell is he tweeting right now? Ricochet's supposed to be paying attention to the matchup. And we got a live tweet from that King Ricochet. This is nuts, folks. This is crazy. But Tennessee shutting him down with a clothesline here. And now, wait a minute. Tennessee's house. Ricochet. Oh, what a DDT. That might be it right there, folks. Big DDT to the mat. Ricochet should be focusing on the matchup, not focusing on getting his tweets out. As Ricochet going to the floor here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you what, though. if Ricochet is in the MPWF or Pro Wrestling Global or wherever, BCW, if he's going to be live tweeting during matches, that could create some major entertainment. I'm telling you that right now. As wait a minute, Ricochet in control here, and oh my God, a Fenix splash to the floor. The one and only Ricochet in control right now, and like I said, that ring rusted tendencies might be affecting him here in this matchup. Tendencies is going to be looking for that angle slam or the spear, and now Ricochet with a flying clothesline there. And Ricochet, he could beat an MPWF legend in tendencies here in his debut, as there's a cradle shot by Ricochet with the cover here on tendencies with an upset victory here tonight, and tendencies gets the shoulder up. What a matchup here on MPWF WAR. Not the way that tendencies wanted it to go. Again, tendencies is going to be thinking not just about his ring rust, but again, this man came back to get his hands on Kivo, which means he's seeing red. All he is seeing is Kivo. And he needs to keep his emotions in check, or he's going to get embarrassed and lose to Ricochet here tonight. But a shot to the knee there by tendencies. Big right hand, and there's the angle slam there by tendencies. Just like that. Angle slam, and tendencies gets the victory here on MPWF WAR. Just like that, folks. Tendencies with that big right hand locked in, and said, I cannot lose this matchup here to Ricochet right now. And there's the angle slam there, a little bit of stank on it. Look at it, boom. And tendencies with the victory in his return match to MPWF WAR. It wasn't easy, but again, slowly shaking off that ring rust. Again, I've been told that Kivo is not in the building tonight. Kivo might be running and hiding, folks. Kivo might not want any part of tendencies. And wait a minute, tendencies now going to speak here. Oh my God, tendencies has a barbed wire baseball bat, folks. Hold the phone. And tendency says, I want to apologize quickly about my performance tonight. I am still getting back into ring shape and physical shape. I am highly emotional individual right now. I have been on the show for almost 6 months thanks to a man I called a brother, and I could not wait any longer. I came back ahead of doctor's orders because I need to wrap my fingers around Kivo's throat. Take a look at what he did to me. Folks, this is going to be very graphic imagery. So folks, if you've got your kids, cover their eyes right now. Again, and this is insane. Tendency's supposed to be your brother, man. Tendency's supposed to be your guy. And now Kivo, wait a second. Oh, my Jesus H. From what? The hell are you doing? What are you doing? I'm still in shock about that, ladies and gentlemen. And Tendency says Kivo has ended our friendship. He has destroyed the Black Sun and everything it stood for because of his ego and desire to win the World Championship. Every man dreams of one day holding the richest prize in core wrestling, but you do not sacrifice 10 years of brotherhood. You don't try to sacrifice my career and livelihood for your own personal gain. Kivo, what you've put my wife and children through. And again, that's something you got to think about, folks, too. This is more than just what happened to Tendencies. He has a family. He says, I'll never forgive you for what you have done. My son and daughter were distraught watching Uncle Kivo try to end my life for a piece of named Mason Gray. Oh my Lord. And for what? No Mason, no title, no protege. You tried to end me like that for what? Kivo, I'm not 100%, but none of that matters. I'm here with one goal in mind, and that is your head. Brian Adams has booked us in a match at SummerSlam to settle this. Oh folks, the whole building might be torn down in a match between these two. And Tendency says Brian unfortunately has made this a regular singles match. He does not want us to completely destroy each other or the building, and in the process lose 2 of his wrestlers to long-term injury. He doesn't want to hold the MPWF accountable, so I will beat you with my bare hands at SummerSlam. But after the match, I will take whatever fine, suspension, or even firing as long as I can drive this bat through your skull. Oh my word, folks. tendencies sending a message to Kivo, but you heard it officially right now. It is going to be tendencies versus Kivo at SummerSlam. And Brian Adams wisely making this a regular matchup because, folks, tendencies has murder on his mind. Let's be real. This man is not thinking straight at all. Kivo should honestly stay away for a long time, folks. I have not seen tendencies like that ever. But again, folks, to continue to hype it up, our first two-night exclusive click preview, MPWF SummerSlam, When the Curtain Falls by Greta Van Fleet is the theme song. Not to mention it as well, folks, our main event is going to determine the #1 contender for the CAW World Championship. It's going to be Chris Champ versus Ryan Sparxx. And again, still more. We have 2 more matches scheduled tonight. We got to hear from the CAW Women's World Champion. It's a huge night, folks. But wait a minute. Speaking of treachery, here is Kevin Frost. Kevin says, "Sinner, scum, that is what they called me after Bloodlines. What has happened to you, Kevin? What is your obsession with Hector? Why did you attack your brother? Who are you really? I am a sinner, and it's time that I live my truth. Violence is my mistress, and I will do anything to please her. For too long I have denied my mistress of victims, denied her of what these violent hands are capable of." Kevin Frost went deranged. He truly went scorched earth for Bloodlines. He says, "Since we arrived here, the MPWF has shown me nothing but disrespect. But no one has shown more disrespect than Hector Rodriguez. Hector is weak, unworthy of success. He is the perfect victim for my mistress. Yet my brother tried to keep me in line. He failed the violence that we can bring to core wrestling. Our failure to be the sinners that we are has led to this false success that the Future Foundation has attained." You can feel the seething in Kevin Frost. He says, "Dylan gave the Future Foundation respect after they defeated us. It is BS. Anyone who crosses us should be destroyed. They should wish to never make that mistake again, and they won't. For I am my brother's keeper, and he is unfit to instill violence on the MPWF. Dylan will thank me later for what I am about to do. While you sit at home, I will show you the truth. I have found like-minded individuals." The generation of scum is about to change the whole industry. They will bring a level of violence and change never seen in the MPWF before. Caleb, my boy, will watch these events unfold. Dylan, you will remember what scorched earth means. We are not negotiators. We are destroyers. It is time to burn everything to the ground. Violence is calling, and my mistress is hungry. Folks, Kevin Frost with strong words here tonight. Inside the ring, and folks, let's take a look at what happened when Max Payne took out Joe Eagle at Bloodlines. Max Payne, still Mason Gray's protege. What the hell, Max Payne from Annihilation? The referee checking on Ryan Sparxx because he's bleeding thoroughly. Max Payne is supposed, we haven't seen him since before Survivor Series. What the hell, Max Payne on the injured reserve list? Welcome back, folks. DJ Johnny Feelgood here, and we are exclusively with Harry Prince and Max Payne to find out what in the hell happened and why Max Payne was here at Bloodlines. Now, Harry Prince says, "Max, there's so many questions to ask. Why did you just cost Joe Eagle the main event? Are you in cahoots with Ryan Sparxx? Are you officially back in the MPWF? What are you doing here at an MPWF WAR exclusive clip preview?" That's what we all want to know. Max Payne just ruined the main event of MPWF Bloodlines, costing Joe Eagle his matchup with Ryan Sparxx. And I want to know what he has to say here. And Max Payne says, "I'll answer some of your questions just to shut you and everyone else up. No, I am not on MPWF WAR. I want nothing to do with the show or anything that Brian Adams, who is a traitor, has anything to do with. Next, why is Max Payne here at Bloodlines? Because I can go anywhere I damn please, and not a single soul in core wrestling can do anything about it." And he's not really wrong about that, folks. Max Payne, one of the most dangerous men in all of core wrestling. He says, "Next, am I in cahoots with Ryan Sparxx? No. Ryan benefited from my actions tonight. When he challenges for the CAW World Championship, he better thank his lucky stars that I was here tonight. And finally, am I back? Unfortunately not. but rest assured that those that did this to me will suffer. I missed the most important match of the MPWF and Survivor Series. He will pay. As for why I did what I did to Joey Eagle tonight, and that's what we want to know here. Why did you cost Joey Eagle at Bloodlines? And Max says, Joey, I am your Grim Reaper. I took the MPWF from you at WrestleMania 10. I took the CW World Title opportunity from you tonight. Mason chose me for a reason, and I will see his vision through. Well, ladies and gentlemen, those are exclusive comments from Max Payne here in Charlotte, North Carolina. We hope to hear more on MPWF War and Annihilation to find out why Max Payne did what he did. Those were exclusive comments by Max Payne that were made after Bloodlines that you could find on our X account as well as our Instagram account, folks. But right now, we're going to hear the response, the rebuttal from the Messiah of the MPWF, Joey Eagle. Joey Eagle was mere moments from defeating Sparxx and MPWF Bloodlines. And Max Payne once again screwed over Joey Eagle. Let's not forget WrestleMania 10. The entire year that we had to deal with Mason Gray could have been done, could have been finished. But Max Payne powerbombed Joey Eagle and cost him everything. Now fast forward to MPWF Bloodlines. Joey Eagle could have been in this matchup. Joey Eagle said he has one goal. Since we returned to YouTube, since we've been on YouTube, Joey Eagle has never won back the World Championship. And he wants to do it one time before he puts it up for good. Before Joey Eagle is no longer a part of the MPWF. And he was just there. And Max Payne reared his head again. And then for Max Payne to say that he's not cleared yet, that he cannot compete yet, is outrageous, folks. And we want to hear from Joey Eagle what he has to say. Again, Max Payne, let's not forget, did not get to compete in the War Games matchup at Survivor Series. Both of these men were not a part of that matchup. And again, there is repercussions for every action, and we're seeing that here tonight. Let's hear what Joey Eagle has to say about Max Payne. And Eagle says, you just saw in the footage there that Max Payne cost me the main event at Bloodlines against Sparxx. Even with Max Payne's interference, that match could have gone either way. Sparxx is no joke in the ring and is a top guy in the MPWF. I knew that my road to the World Championship would not be easy, but I was not prepared for Max Payne. It seems that I have never been prepared for Max Payne. Max Payne has been a thorn in the side of Joey Eagle again since 2022, folks. He says, Sean Stevens warned me twice about Max Payne, but I did not listen. It led me to losing my role as owner of the MPWF at WrestleMania 10. I know that Dr. Ice blames himself for the creation of Max Payne, but I have been just as complicit. After Survivor Series was done, I thought Mason Gray and his tyranny was gone. Hell, I talked about legacy and was blind to the fact that Mason Gray has left a legacy of his own. Which is scary to think about, folks. Which is scary to think about. Mason has left behind Max Payne, and he is a dangerous, wounded animal with no master and only vengeance on his mind. I cannot continue my path to the World Championship until I deal with all of my demons, and Max Payne is one big-ass demon. Max has been screwing me over for a long time. Well, that stops now. I'm tired of it, and I'm tired of you, Max. Joey Eagle's had enough. The man with the green eyes has had enough. This crowd here rallying behind Joey Eagle. He says, Max, I know that you aren't a coward, and I know that you wouldn't have shown up at Bloodlines if you weren't ready to fight. You're trying to toy with me. You're trying to emulate Mason Gray. Well, you're a cheap imitation, and I owe you for WrestleMania. Max, it's time to step up and be a man. SummerSlam is a joint branded click per view. So, Max, I am challenging you to a match or a fight. You name it, I'm there and I'll be waiting. Are you the man or are you and folks, we cannot repeat that live on the air. But Joey Eagle just laid down the challenge to Max Payne for MPWF SummerSlam, folks. And he didn't say has to be a match. He said a match or a fight. but they need to settle this. As SummerSlam is a joint branded click-per-view, and even though Max Payne is on Annihilation, these two men could go to war. So you know we're going to be tuning in for Annihilation to find out what Max Payne's rebuttal is going to be, folks. But right now it is time for our European Championship matchup here on MPWF WAR. And here is a man that has been picking up wins since he injured the neck of his former tag team partner, Reese Bobby, Greg James, the righteous one of the MPWF. Greg James was livid at MPWF Bloodlines getting caught in that roll-up by Wayne Level. And Brian Adams said, again, Wayne Level didn't cheat. Wayne Level rolled him up and beat him with a wrestling move, and Greg James was furious about it. And he demanded a title match, and Wayne Level said, bet. I'll beat you again here tonight. So that is how this matchup has been scheduled for tonight's episode here of MPWF WAR. Greg James, a former hardcore champion, former tag team champion, knows how important this matchup and title can be to his career on this brand. But it is not going to be easy to leave here with the championship. Wow. Wow, what an ovation, folks. The first ever European champion in the history of the MPWF, Wayne Level, getting a one-star ovation here tonight on MPWF WAR. The roof blew off the joint when Wayne Level won the championship. Wayne Level has won the Cruiserweight Title, the World Wrestling Future Championship here in the MPWF. This man has won championship after championship outside of it. The fans, like I said, are really taking to Wayne Level. And I said that the European title was definitely the start of his year here, his major success here in this year in the MPWF. And again, Wayne Level never going to back down from anyone, always willing for a fight. Is ready to defend this title here against Greg James. And what a wonderful looking title it is, the European Championship. Huge ovation here for Level. And again, this ovation, this support from the fans is not making Wayne Level big-headed, ladies and gentlemen. He is focused, I'm telling you right now. This is not going to shake his focus because you know that Greg James is focused here tonight.
Been dreaming this since I was young, so baby girl, I'll be going till I'm gone, till I'm gone, till I'm gone. But I won't be gone for too long. Just came for Aussie tour. You never see this Singapore. I know I like to pursue.
Again, what a matchup this is going to be coming up next here.
Every time I try to score, yeah.
Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell notification here for MPWF action. Always be up to date and in tune with what's going on here in the MPWF, folks. Yeah, we got to beat that algorithm. We have got to beat that algorithm, ladies and gentlemen.
You know I love the rush. And once you get me going, I can never get enough.
So here we go. We still have one more title to be on the line here tonight on MPWF WAR, the tag team titles. But right now, the European Championship to be defended. And look at how focused Wayne Level is. Again, let's not forget, Greg James has jumped Wayne Level twice now, folks. Twice. So Wayne Level is not, not only does he want this matchup to prove that he can beat Greg James again, but he wants retribution. Because Greg James has been talking about how there's no real wrestlers anymore. Everybody is a flip guy or a character guy. Greg James says he's a throwback to the old school days. Again, look at that bald head, just completely in shape. He's just about technical wrestling, right? He says that those guys struggle here in the modern day era, and again, Wayne Level is going to make him struggle here as he's driving these knees right to the sternum here. Wayne Level don't give a damn, ladies and gentlemen. Wayne Level is just as good of a wrestler. He just has innovative offense. And again, that's what makes Wayne Level so special, ladies and gentlemen. No one wrestles like Wayne Level in the MPWF. And Level now throwing Greg James into the barricade here. And now face first goes Greg James. And Level in control, and now, oh my God, right into the steel steps. Now we talk about that innovative offense of Wayne Level, but he ain't bringing off innovative offense tonight. It is whoop your ass offense tonight, folks. And our Level has Greg James, and now, oh my God, bouncing him off the barricade there. Wayne Level watching the count. Certainly don't want to win this matchup by count out. Even though he could, he's beating the brakes off of Greg James here tonight. And wait a minute, Wayne Level going to the top rope here. Wayne Level off the top rope. He's going for an elbow drop, and no, he missed. Wayne Level a bit too emotional here tonight. And again, Greg James is not the man you want to do that with. Greg James going to take advantage. There on a slam on the floor. That is not what Wayne Level was looking for here in this situation. A little right hand there by Greg James. And now James there with a beautiful overhead belly-to-belly suplex. And now an elbow. Another elbow to the face there by Greg James, and he's in control right now. The challenger for the European Championship. And now look at this here, and now, oh, what a slam. One mistake is all it took for Greg James to be in control of this matchup. As he now whips Wayne Level into the corner here, now on an uppercut there by Greg James. And James now, what a clubby blow to the back of the neck of Wayne Level. And now wait a second. Oh, what a kick to the face there. Level fighting back. Level fighting back here. And now whip off the ropes. And now wait a minute. I swing through, and a nice net breaker there by Wayne Level. Level fighting back here in this European title fight. And now, oh, a boot to the face there by Greg James. And James now with a shoulder tackle. So Wayne Level was in the Cruiserweight division. Has put on a lot of size here to match up in the heavyweight division. Wayne Level has complete dreams and aspirations of being the CAW World Heavyweight Champion. He would not accept anything less. Now the European title is his road to that. So Greg James picks him back up here. And James now, oh, nice mat slam there by Greg James. A very decorated amateur wrestler. Again, competing in the NCAA himself, did Greg James before joining Core Wrestling. Oh, drop kick there though, but no, block. Greg James blocking it, and Wayne Level getting caught again, but no, back and forth from both of these men. And Wayne Level again with another drop kick, but blocked one more time there by Greg James. And a stop to the foot and a headbutt there by Greg James. And he is out wrestling Wayne Level in this matchup. You know, throwing him off the ropes. And now Greg James catching him. What is this here? And oh, fall away slam. I think a little bit of blood coming out the forehead there, or just above that right eye of Wayne Level, and it is. And look at the way, look at the forearm placement there by Greg James. He's going to open up that wound. The official might have to make a judgment call here if the blood is too severe. I know Wayne Level wouldn't be happy with losing his title that way. But he fights back here. Just as I said that, what a big chop there. Wayne Level never going to quit on you. Never going to give up on you. And our Level here. Double underhook DDT there to Greg James with the cover here to retain the Cruiserweight Championship. Greg James gets the shoulder up here. Wayne Level tastes his own blood and said things got to change here. What a drop kick by Level. And wait a minute, off the ropes here. Wayne Level now. Oh, a drop kick. Almost sending Greg James to the outside of the ring. And now Level back in control. MPWF fans on his side here in Richmond, Virginia. Level waiting for Greg James to get up to his feet. And Level now. Hurricane Runner up the top rope with the cover here to retain the European title. And again, Wayne Level wouldn't like his first title defense to lose that championship as Greg James with a reversal here. 2 and that was almost a 3. Referee telling us it was a 2, and Greg James fires back with another shoulder tackle. A very back and forth matchup here tonight. And with both men now colliding with each other. And Wayne Level, I think he was going for a trip there, a submission maybe. A snapmare there by Greg James. But Level getting to his feet, staying away from his back, and now fights back with his leg kicks. And now Level here, there it is, Level got it, that heel hook. Level was looking for it, and he's got the heel hook applied here on Greg James. And like I said, Wayne Level telling Greg James that I'm just as good of a wrestler as you are. I'm just a little bit more flashy than you are. So I just think Greg James is jealous. That's what I think it is. I think Greg James is jealous with the fact that the MPWF fans have always sided with other people here and not him. And now, wait a minute, Level has Greg James in a very precarious position, folks. On that top rope. I know they're going all the way to the top, folks, to the tippy top. As Level now with a suplex, but Level hangs on. Level hangs on and a fucking arrow to Greg James. Now, wait a minute. Wayne Level perhaps will win for the cover there, but looking to make sure it's emphatic. As Level off the top rope with an elbow drop. Elbow off the top by the European champion with the cover, and Greg James gets the shoulder up. Level thought he had it, but Level firing up now. Needs to put Greg James away with the quickness. Oh wait, reversal. Oh, look at these punches to the midsection by Greg James. And then Greg James, wait a minute. Go for the suplex cutter. Suplex cutter, he hit it. Greg James with his finishing maneuver here on Wayne Level with the cover. Two. Wait a second. The referee called the three, but Wayne Level had his hand on the ropes. Wait a minute. Can we take a look at a replay of this? Wayne Level had his hand on the ropes before the 3 count here. 1, 2. There it is. The referee didn't see it. But Greg James has just pinned Wayne Level to become the new European champion here on MPWF WAR. And it is not without controversy, folks. It is not without controversy. Greg James wins the European title, but Wayne Level put his hand on the ropes, folks. He put his hands on the ropes. My goodness, folks. Again, remember to subscribe and like us and ring the notification for MPWF Wrestling. I think Wayne Level just got screwed here, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm being told right now that we're going to be heading to the back with the Generation of Scum. Marcus says we were born great, born into history. Each of our last names carries a legacy, something to strive for, expectations that we cannot live up to. They call us scum for following our own path. They call us scum for creating our own identity. They call us scum for doing everything our fathers have and more. Fear is what they want us to have, but scum have no fear. Lamar says potential is as cheap as table salt. We will not fail our potential. We will become scum to achieve our goals. Everyone else is a victim. We are the ones that run this ish. For too long, the MPWF has needed a reset. We are the catalyst of change that will take place here. A new era in every sense of the word. Kings of the jungle always fall, but it's the cockroach that always survives. Marcus says we will do any and everything to maintain and gain power and control of the MPWF. We will find like-minded individuals to our cause. All will be chosen by the brainchild secured for a tower and the maker. A storm is coming. I am not waiting to become the CW World Champion. The time for scum is now. Beat us, destroy us, kill us. Scum always survives. Folks, that was the word of the Generation of Scum, and Wayne Level is snapped, ladies and gentlemen. Losing the European title. Greg James assaulting him constantly. And again, controversial means Level kicked out of the suplex cutter at Bloodlines. He got his hand on the ropes tonight, but the referee didn't see it, and Wayne Level is pissed, folks. He is pissed. And now, wait a minute. Wayne Level has Greg James up. The new European champion. Level spinning around in a powerbomb through the table. Wayne Level getting a measure of retribution. But that's not going to be enough for Wayne Level, folks. That is not going to be enough for Wayne Level. And hold on a minute. The CAW World Champion Shane Carter, the one, is here. And we are still going to hear from Shane Carter tonight, folks. And I cannot believe I am saying this, folks. Still, the CAW Women's World Champion, Carmen the Carmichael. And again, folks, it was not without controversy in MPWF Bloodlines. Once again, her sister was moments away from becoming the champion, and Carmen managed to screw her over once again. But again, how could you argue with the success of Carmen the Carmichael when she right there is still the champion? 6 women battled in a ladder matchup, and 1 walked away with the Women's World Championship, and it was the Carmichael, Carmen the Carmichael, folks. Her confidence is now through the roof, and this is going to be unbearable, ladies and gentlemen. Again, folks, on the outside, Carmen the Carmichael looks perfect. On the inside, she's the Wicked Witch of the West, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be real. But she is the current reigning and defending Women's World Champion. And she says, are you all not tired of being wrong? How many times do I have to tell you that Carmen the Carmichael is the best? How many times do I have to tell you that no one in the MPWF is smarter than me or more cunning? I am in a league of my own. Meredith Grey put me in the ring with 5 of the very best women in the MPWF to conspire against me. But when the bell rang, I was still your CAW Women's World Champion. Folks, this is hard to speak because this crowd is booing loud, folks. They are not happy that she is the champ. But that right there, the Women's World title, held by Carmen the Carmichael. Itari, legend. I embarrassed her at Survivor Series. Morgan Stone is not at my level. Bahara Kadia needs to change her diapers first before she gets in the ring with me. Izanami can keep her and her face paint away from me. And my dear sister, Carmella, forever second place and forever in my shadow. Carmella, listen to me. I'm going to give you some free career advice that you cannot pass up. Man, this crowd here is relentless on Carmen the Carmichael. She says, head to annihilation. You can never win the world title here, and I'll never let you. Better yet, join the World Wrestling Future or Core Wrestling Global. Join the minor leagues because you aren't cut out for my roster. And speaking of my show, I think that at SummerSlam, instead of a match, seeing as I have beaten the entire roster, we should have a celebration of my career for the biggest SummerSlam ever. Folks, I'm going to throw up thinking about a career celebration for Carmen the Carmichael at SummerSlam. Alright, what a waste of time that would be. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. And there is Carmella, her sister, running to the ring, and Carmen bailing immediately. Bailing immediately. There's so much animosity here between these two sisters. Former tag team champions. And Carmella says, Carmen, cut the BS. Nobody wants to hear it. You screw me over again at Bloodlines, and I cannot take it anymore. Screw your celebration at SummerSlam. We need to end this situation permanently. Regardless of what you say, you have never pinned me. It's the only thing I have over you. But at SummerSlam, I'm willing to put that on the line in exchange for the CAW Women's World Championship. Well, hang on a second here, Carmella. Is this wise with everything that Carmen has managed to do so far here? She says, I've watched you live out all of my dreams. Intercontinental champion, women's world champion. I've been humiliated and embarrassed by you. I've even shaved my head to be completely different from you. But at WrestleMania, I pinned you. You cannot defeat me, and I eat you up inside. So I'll give you the chance to do it. If you pin me at SummerSlam, I'll leave MPWF WAR. But if I win, I become CAW Women's World Champion. What an ultimatum by Carmen Lee Carmichael. Sorry, by Carmella Carmichael. And Carmen is thinking it over, folks. She says, I am better than you in every single way. I don't need to pin you. I have taken everything from you. I have already proved that I am better. I have the Core Wrestling Women's World Championship. Pinning you would prove nothing. Nothing at all. WrestleMania could be your consolation prize. You know what? I just think that Carmen's scared, folks. Because Carmen hasn't pinned Carmella. And I don't think she could do it. And I think she's just running scared. Because she just talked about her leaving. Put your money where your mouth is. Carmella's putting up her chance on MPWF WAR on the line. But wait a minute. Meredith Bray, the COO of the MPWF, says, now hold on a minute, Carmen. I asked Brian Addis if I could take the lead on this one, and I shall. What you did at Survivor Series to your sister, Ayesha Atari, has never sat right with me. But you did prove yourself at Bloodlines, so I know that you're more than capable of defending the CAW Women's World title at SummerSlam. You have a chance to get rid of your sister, because I am granting this matchup for SummerSlam. Let's go, folks. Let's go. And Carmen is not happy about it, but it's going to be the two sisters going one-on-one. As she says, Carmella, the stakes will be high because if you lose, you will leave MPWF WAR and are free to pursue Annihilation or Core Wrestling Global. In return, the CAW Women's World Championship will be on the line in a no-holds-barred match. At SummerSlam, we will find out who is the better Carmichael. It will be no-holds-barred at SummerSlam. If Carmella loses, she's gone from WAR. But the CAW Women's World Championship will be on the line, folks. A huge announcement there by the COO of the MPWF. But ladies and gentlemen, right now we are going to take a look at World Wrestling Future of the Resurrection, our developmental brand. Folks, these are highlights for the event. Make sure to subscribe to our secondary channel at the MPWF Chairman to see more of this action and Core Wrestling Global. Welcome back to MPWF WAR. That was a look at the resurrection. But Yoshiharu Atari is not happy in the office of the COO, Meredith Grey. Let's hear what's happening. She says, look, Meredith, I mean no disrespect when I say this, but how have I not gotten a one-on-one rematch with Carmen for the CW Women's World title yet? I understand the issue between these two sisters, but Carmen screwed me. She wasn't even supposed to be in the match. Before Bloodlines, she got DQ'd and tried to take out my knee. I am failing to understand why I am not in this match at SummerSlam. And Yoshiharu Atari is furious, folks. Meredith says, Atari, I mean no disrespect at all. I put Carmen in a 6-person ladder match as punishment, and she came out on top. She proved herself. Carmella has her match, but her job here on WAR is at the line. Brian has scheduled you in a triple threat #1 contenders match next episode, including yourself, Morgan Stone, and Lady Izanami. When SummerSlam is done, I have no problems putting you in a grudge match with Carmen. Yeah, it's pretty fair in my opinion there by Meredith Grey. And Atari says, well, I don't like it one bit. Some things need to change around here. She is not happy at all about the way she lost the title at Survivor Series, and you cannot blame her, folks. You cannot blame her. But again, a huge matchup scheduled for SummerSlam. No holds barred for the CW Women's World Championship. If Carmella loses, she is gone from MPWF WAR. But going from one title to another, folks. Introducing next, the Young Goats, 3God and Carmichael. These two kids have been hella impressive on MPWF Underground, ladies and gentlemen. And they have earned the right to have a shot at the tag team titles here tonight on MPWF WAR. On the big stage here in Richmond, Virginia. Can they shock the world and walk away with the tag team titles? This is everything that these guys want, and a huge chance to prove themselves in front of this large audience. Like I said, again, I'm going to constantly say how impressive they are, and they're going to show it here in this tag team title matchup. But man, this is going to be amazing. This is going to be amazing. They've had a couple fights with the Future Foundation, and they've improved every time they faced it. Will this be the time that they can catch the Future Foundation slipping? Oh man, here we go. Folks, listen to this place. Listen to this place. These two men have revived tag team wrestling here in the MPWF. The man of tomorrow with the gadgets to win today, Lethal Mathematics, and the underdog, Hector Rodriguez, making up the Future Foundation, the current reigning and defending CW World Tag Team Champions. What a 2 out of 3 falls matchup they had with the Blood Brothers of Bloodlines. Again for Rodriguez, cathartic, picking up the victory with the 630, ending that rivalry with the Blood Brothers and retaining the championships. 2025 is looking to be a massive year for the Future Foundation and a massive year for tag team wrestling. These guys were going after the tag team titles since 2022, and finally, they picked up those championships in Mexico City, in Arena, Mexico. And they do not want to lose them here tonight. And again, the Young Goats, who are usually well beloved by the fans, are hearing the ovation for these two men here tonight. So this is a big-time situation for the Young Goats here tonight on MPWF WAR. This crowd has not stopped cheering since the Future Foundation walked out here. Again, there's going to be butterflies the size of dragons in the stomachs of the Young Goats. And those two men right there, folks. the Future Foundation. The CAW World Tag Team Champions. And here we go, 3 God and Hector Rodriguez starting this off. And again, 3 God's gonna have to control those nerves here in this matchup as he immediately starts out with a kick there. And off the ropes goes 3 God here, and a splash, and he connects, I should say, with Rodriguez. Like I said, Rodriguez has had to overcome so much to get to this point here in the MPWF, but my God, has it been worth it. Overcoming knee injuries, overcoming adversity, and again, having his best friend by his side in Lethal Mathematics. When we talked about before, the absolute 118 character there for Lethal Mathematics. Again, in that old rivalry with Ryan Sparxx, finally learning humility, finally returning to the old Lethal Mathematics. And again, Lethal has not challenged for the World Championship. He has been here with his best friend, again, making the tag team titles, the World Tag Team titles, be on that level, ladies and gentlemen. They are either in semi-main events or main event matches, which you do not see too often in tag team wrestling, but that is how much of a draw, that is how good the Future Foundation is. As 3 God throwing him into his partner, and now in comes Carmichael, a former multi-time tag team champion himself, formerly a part of the Varsity Club, teaming here with 3 God as a part of the Young Goats. A nice double team move there by the Young Goats. Carmichael's hooking that leg here. Has not won championship gold since being a part of the Varsity Club. 3 God has never won a title in the MPWF. And now, getting caught there by that heavy right hand by Lethal Mathematics. And Lethal now throwing Carmichael into the buckle, makes the tag, and in comes Hector Rodriguez. And again, the Young Goats, 2 young men, again, not even in their 30s yet. Rodriguez and Lethal Mathematics have been competing since the old MPWF, and both of those men are barely in their mid-30s, ladies and gentlemen. So like you said, we talk about that WrestleMania main event for 2028. One of these 2 men, Lethal or Rodriguez, can still be in there, ladies and gentlemen. And Rodriguez now bouncing off the ropes here. Nice move. Bringing out that Lucha Libre here. So what a matchup this is. What an atmosphere for this tag team title match. Again, still to come tonight, our main event, Chris Champ versus Ryan Sparxx in the official #1 contendership matchup for the CW World Championship. And a rolling Liger kick there, but Carmichael's not getting all of it. But quickly to his feet. Carmichael's there with a forearm to the face. And now throws Rodriguez into the buckle here. And now, wait a minute, there's the tag. Rodriguez not paying attention to 3 God. He gets caught there by the drop kick. Like I said, these guys have been very impressive on MPWF Underground, stacking win after win. And again, showing themselves here in front of a larger audience. And a right hand here by 3 God has Rodriguez all the way on the top rope here. And 3 God going to go with a high impact move and a superplex off the top rope. Again, I always put over 3 God. I love his heart and passion. Again, this is a man that easily could have went back to the World Wrestling Future, but has refused to. He said, I made it to the main roster, and I'm going to prove it. I'm going to show the world that I belong here, and he has as a part of the Young Goats. He gets thrown into the buckle here, and a tag, and in comes Lethal Mathematics. Snapmare there by Rodriguez, neck snap, and a kick to the back there. So the Future Foundation are just operating on a different level right now, folks. And now, wait a minute. Oh my gosh. God's last gift. And 3 God barely got the shoulder up. That was almost it. Lethal Mathematics has held every championship under the sun, folks. And he's telling the crowd here, focus, we're focusing. We're staying on top of the Young Goats here in this matchup. And I think the Young Goats are being overwhelmed by the aura of the Future Foundation in this match thus far. Snapmare takedown again. Rodriguez off the ropes and a boot to the face. And now, double stomp there by the champion. And Rodriguez straight into the cover here. Like I said, you can see the confidence difference in Hector Rodriguez. And I wonder how he feels about Kevin Frost's comments earlier tonight, He's got 3-guard up here. Oh, what a brain buster. And maybe he's not fussed about it. Maybe Rodriguez is thinking to himself, you attacked your brother, the Blood Brothers are no longer a tag team. But again, the crowd enjoying this matchup as I'm discussing about the musings of Kevin Frost. And now again, another face first. Slam there. Wait a minute. 3-guard makes the tag. And in comes Carmichael. And Carmichael's there taking down Lethal Mathematics. And oh, there's the rolling leg kick. And this one took down Lethal. And now Kaz sending Lethal off the ropes here. And nice. Oh my gosh. A Snapdragon suplex there. Carmichael's in control. And Carmichael's now has Lethal all the way up here. And now, oh, what a DDT. What a DDT there by Carmichael with the cover. 2. And oh, Lethal gets the shoulder up. Crowd loving this match. Lethal having to escape to the outside of the ring here. Carmichael's now all the way to the top rope. And Carmichael's with a Calvary drop kick all the way to the floor. Wow, yeah, again. The absolute lack of care in your body to pull off that move, but the tag team titles on the line, and that Carmichael's with a flying clothesline off the top rope. Carmichael's taking the fight to Lethal Mathematics here tonight. He could be looking for that Chaos Theory German suplex. And now wait a minute. Got it by the wrist without wrist control. And now Lethal fights back with that drop kick to the knee though. Oh, what a right hand there by Lethal Mathematics. And again, another right hand. And now, oh my God. A sit-out sky-high spine buster there by Lethal. And Rodriguez now could be looking for the 630 after that spine buster. Oh no, wait a minute. No. A spinning leg drop there by Hector Rodriguez. And Rodriguez now to the top rope. Gonna be looking for the 630. No. Gets the body splash. Decided to think better of it. Wasted a bit of time there getting to the top rope. But a kick out there by Carmichael. And now picking Michaels right the way back up again. And a right hand firing back to Hector Rodriguez and a drop kick taking down Kaz. Kaz though scrambling. Fights back with that boot to the face there on Hector Rodriguez. Kaz now throwing Rodriguez into the buckle. And now makes the tag. 3-guard coming back inside the ring here. And wait a minute, what is this? Oh, shot there by 3-guard. Hold on a minute. He's got him up in a power bomb. Oh my God, a leg drop. That's got to be it. That's got to be it. To win the tag team titles. And oh, Lethal just breaks it up. All the Young Goats almost shot and the referee got taken out in the craziness of it. The Young Goats almost shot the wall there. And now, oh, what a spinning kick there. But oh, there's no ref. There's no ref and Rodriguez is down. What a matchup this is here on episode 16 of MPWF WAR for the World Tag Team title. And oh, he went for the frog splash and Rodriguez moved out the way. And Rodriguez now, no. And a reversal there by 3-guard. Still in control. 3-guard with an insecurity. And now he's got Rodriguez by the foot. Rodriguez fights back with that boot to the face. And oh, again go for the Hurricanrana on another reversal by 3-guard. And 3-guard making a tag, and in comes Carmichael. They got to stay on the Future Foundation. Like I said, the Young Goats proving themselves to the MPWF fans here tonight. And Carmichael could be looking for that Chaos Theory, but no. Misses with the knees in the buckle. And now wait a minute. Rodriguez setting up for it. Wine me, dine me, ladies and gentlemen, because it's time to 619 me. 619. And Rodriguez off the top rope. 630 splash. 630 splash. And a tag in to Lethal Mathematics. Carmichael is out, folks. Is out, folks. And now Lethal off the top rope here. Shooting star press. Shooting star press by Lethal Mathematics. And Rod's 3-guard off the apron. And folks, this is all she wrote. There's no way Kaz can kick out of that. 2. And still, World Tag Team Champions, the Future Foundation. But what an effort. What a match there by the Young Goats, folks. What a fight that was. But a 630 and a shooting star press, ain't no way you're kicking out of that. Like I said, man, shout out to the young goats. Them two kids stepped up here tonight. But still, and I think for a long time, the CAW World Tag Team Champions, the Future Foundation, Hector Rodriguez and Lethal Mathematics, like I said, they are taking tag team wrestling to a whole nother level here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. Incredible stuff, folks. Incredible stuff. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a second. Lethal went to the outside of the ring to stop him. And no. And Big Frost. Oh, no, he's going off that injured knee of Hector Rodriguez again. SOB. And now Tour of the Islands by Kevin Frost. Kevin Frost just took out the leg of Hector Rodriguez. Lethal being taken out with a steel chair. And Kevin Frost is not done yet. And now, wait a minute, what is this? Oh, this is sick here, ladies and gentlemen. He says violence is his mistress and she is hungry. Kevin Frost ain't done with the Future Foundation of the tag titles, but you ain't got no partner no more. You took out your brother. What are you doing here? This don't even make sense. But oh man, that is sick, folks. That is sick. But Kevin Frost sending a message here on Raw. And oh wait, there's his son Caleb Frost, who lost in the semifinals of the Core Challenge, watching on. And Sakura says, do you see that, Caleb? Your father understands the anarchy and change that is needed. You were eliminated from the Core Challenge by cheating. The MPWF screwed you over. You should have won the whole competition, but we can get back at them now. We can make things right. Watch what Scum is going to do. Win the CAW Tag Team titles with your father, and Scum will welcome you with open arms. Now, she's the damn devil on your shoulder, ladies and gentlemen. She is the damn devil on your shoulder. And Caleb says, what about my uncle? Did he need to be a victim in all of this? Sakura says, everyone who is not in the generation of Scum is a victim. Everyone. Your uncle made his bed. Kevin told him, tried to warn him before Bloodlines, and he didn't listen, and look what happened to him. Caleb, this is not a threat. Look at the MPWF. Whether it was us, the Future Foundation, the Void, the Darkness, Max Payne, or whoever else, they all end up the same way. Look at yourself. Do you want to experience the feeling of loss from Bloodlines? That is a choice you have to make. So a lot to think about for Caleb Frost, folks, because his time in the MPWF is done after SummerSlam, after the finals of the Core Challenge. But Sakura Furukawa laying it down on the line for him there. But folks, don't forget to follow us on X at MPWF 2013, where you can see all kinds of updates and information and keep up with the Major Pain Wrestling Federation, as well as don't forget to link or follow us on Discord, folks, where you can talk about all kinds of stuff. MPWF, wrestling, video games, whatever you want to talk about, you name it, we'll chat about it on Discord, folks. But wait a second, we are now here backstage with the world champion, Shane Carter. Harry Prince says, Shane, congratulations on defeating Zeus and retaining your CAW World Heavyweight title at Bloodlines. Up next, you're about to find out who the #1 contender is for your World Championship. There is a lot of history between you and Ryan Sparxx, and we even saw it play out at the end of Bloodlines, and Chris Champ and yourself are less familiar, so it would be a new challenge. Your thoughts? You know, Shane Carter's watching this matchup very closely coming up next. Carter says, at Bloodlines, I prove once again why I'm not just the CAW World Heavyweight Champion, but why I am the one in the MPWF. I finally shut Zeus up for good. Now on to my potential opponents. I'll start with Chris Champ, seeing as we are, as you said, less familiar. Game recognizes game, and I know how hard he works and what he's willing to do to reach the next level. But that's just it, Chris. I'm the next level. No disrespect to Mr. Wayne Level himself. Shane Carter, very confident, folks. So Chris, good luck tonight against Ryan, but don't be disappointed when I pin you at SummerSlam. As for Ryan Sparxx, he gave me the biggest embarrassment in my career. I held on to the MPWF title for 2 minutes and he cashed in Money in the Bank on me. I never have and never will forget it. An ass whooping has been brewing for main event Ryan Sparxx since 2022. Things have changed a lot since then, Ryan. You're in Shane Carter's main event now. So a lot of animosity still that has not been dealt with between Shane Carter and Ryan Sparxx. And Shane says, and before I go, let's speak about Money in the Bank. And Mr. Money in the Bank in particular. I was busy at Bloodlines, so I let last episode's main event slide. But I'm on to you, Marcus. You caught me slipping last episode, but I'm ready for you, Lamar, Sakura, or whoever else emo gutter trash that you could find from catering. Marcus, you know scum is coming near my world championship. I'm the one, the CW World Heavyweight Champion. I'm Shane Carter, and don't you forget it. Carter sending a message to Mr. Money in the Bank. But folks, up next is our main event. What a big night for Chris Champ. Can he get his way back to the World Championship? You want to talk about manifest destiny, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Champ said when he debuted, his name would be Chris World Champ. We have said this story before. If he could win tonight and go on to SummerSlam, the destination, the story could be complete. He could officially call himself Chris World Champ. But again, he's got to get past one of the best to do it right now in Ryan Sparxx in our main event. He is very confident. He is not intimidated by Ryan Sparxx at all. He has been waiting for this opportunity. And it's time to see, will Chris Champ take it? Will he prove to the world that he is not just potential, that he is the real deal? It has been a highly exciting episode of MPWF WAR. Annihilation coming up. Just want to mention at this point as well, ladies and gentlemen, the contract signing for the Core Challenge Finals will take place on MPWF Annihilation. So for all of our Core Challenge fans, that will happen on that show between Billy Valentine and Dragonheart, folks. And I cannot wait for that to take place as well. Like I said, I've mentioned it before, a big summer coming for the MPWF. And this man is no stranger to the main event. It's in his nickname. Main event Ryan Sparxx. Telling the world to long live the king. Ryan Sparxx believed he was the #1 contender after defeating Joey Eagle at Bloodlines. But this is the official #1 contendership matchup here tonight. He has to knock off one of the top young stars of the MPWF. Ryan Sparxx has been without championship for almost over a year and a half. Ryan wants that world title back, and he wants to, for the first time in his career, become the CW World Heavyweight Champion. Again, the confidence on his side in that situation because he's defeated Shane Carter in the past. This is a first-time matchup here on MPWF WAR between Ryan Sparxx and Chris Champ on this brand. So what a main event is going to be. Again, Tony Sparxx not out here with Ryan, something that we definitely have to take notice of. If I was Chris Champ, I would think about that as well, because Ryan certainly would accept the help from his brother here in this matchup if things start to get a little shaky. So if I was Chris Champ, not only would I be focused on Ryan, I'd unfortunately have to have eyes in the back of my head to prepare for an appearance from Tony Sparxx. Maybe Ryan is telling the truth, folks. Maybe Ryan is going to fight this matchup one-on-one with no help. Again, some could argue that he did do that with Bloodlines until Max Payne showed up. Cost Joey Eagle. What about that earlier tonight? Joey Eagle calling out Max Payne to a match or a fight at SummerSlam. Like I said, our first two-night extravaganza. SummerSlam 2025. SummerSlam, always a special click review for the MPWF. As a reverse back elbow there by the big man, Chris World Champ. And our champ catching him up here now. Oh my goodness gracious me. A one and only slam there by Chris Champ. And Champ started off with big offense here on main event Ryan Sparxx. And he has him up now. And oh, Ryan fighting back here. Where the punch catching Chris Champ right in the eye. And Ryan here with these body blows. Again, Ryan Sparxx has defeated Ivan Volkov. He has fought big men before. So just like how Chris Champ wasn't intimidated by Ryan Sparxx, Ryan ain't going to be intimidated by Chris Champ. He hits that flip and flop elbow there. Champ fires back there, boots to the face. Champ now whipping Ryan off the ropes. No, never mind. Switching quickly there. Chris Champ showing a lot of speed in this matchup. Now again, as the longer this one goes, the more it favors Ryan Sparxx. You know, Chris Champ in incredible shape, but Ryan Sparxx has the cardio advantage in this match and the experience advantage. Nice suplex there. Look at Ryan rolling out the way here, saying to himself, I'm getting my ass handed to me right now. I need a breather. Damn. Chris Champ is coming after me here tonight. Again, the implications are huge here. And Ryan telling Chris Champ to come, and Chris Champ saying, I ain't falling for that trick. I am not falling for that trick. And now, a backbreaker for his troubles. Yeah, Ryan Sparxx going to have to change this game plan quick, folks. As Champ now throws Ryan into the buckle. Oh, my God. What a body splash there. And now, wait a minute. Big knee drop. Big knee drop to the face there. And now hooking the leg here. Does Chris Champ on Ryan Sparxx with the cover? And no. Just a 2 count. Chris Champ now back to that collar elbow tie up. Whipping Ryan again and catching him this way with a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. And again, Ryan with a reversal. And like I said, I'm about to say he needs to do something quick here. Because Chris Champ is on his ass like white on rice, ladies and gentlemen. And now, wait a minute. Oh, nice scoop slam there by Ryan Sparxx. And now Ryan here. Going straight to the submission hold, it looks like it here. Trying to wear down the big man in this main event. And now Chris Champ, though. Oh, snap man taking Ryan Sparxx over. And Champ now, whoa, went for the boot. Ryan moved out the way. Went for the punch. No, blocks it. Punch of his own there by Ryan. Punch by Chris Champ. And now these two men trading here. Both men trading shots here in this matchup. Oh, kick to the midsection. Oh, went for the DDT. No. Punches to the midsection. What a fight already this is. Our main event of episode 16 of MPWF WAR. And now Ryan Sparxx is doing push-ups. He's feeling confident. Again, I would stay on top of Chris Champ. I will not give him any breathing room. Allowing him to recover. I know that Ryan Sparxx is looking for a count out, but you're not going to count out Chris Champ. You want to keep him off guard. And right there is exactly what I'm talking about. You want to stay on top of him. And oh, look at that jab. That was a good jab there by Ryan Sparxx. And now Ryan here, not able to fully power up Chris Champ for that suplex, so just dumps him there. And now Ryan sending Chris Champ to the block. Oh no, into the referee. Into the referee there. Wise there by main event Ryan Sparxx. And now he split Chris Champ open with the Bulldog. And that is that veteran experience. I was thinking that Chris Champ was going to go to the buckle, but Ryan Sparxx wisely throwing him to the referee, and the referee admonishing Ryan Sparxx, telling him, do not do that again. But the damage has been done here. And now look at this again. Chris Champ trying to fight out, and Ryan having to drop him there on his shoulders. And there it is. Chris Champ's been split open. What a move there by Ryan Sparxx. Like I said, that is that veteran energy there by Ryan Sparxx. A living legend in real time in the MPWF, but Champ fires back with a clothesline. And now Chris Champ ducking under Ryan Sparxx clothesline and a backdrop. And it Sparxx in trouble. Spine buster there by Chris Champ, sorry. Champ saying it, blood ain't nothing. I ain't nothing, and there's the spine buster. Big spine buster there by Chris Champ with the cover. And Ryan gets the shoulder up. And now Chris Champ sending Ryan into the buckle here. And he could be looking for that pounce, baby. I know he's just going to run his body into Ryan Sparxx. And a shot to the back here. And again, Chris Champ looks like he's going to set up for it again here. And once again, runs right into Ryan Sparxx. And a net breaker there by Chris Champ. And Champ here got the entire Richmond, Virginia crowd on his side. Sold out capacity crowd here for the main event of MPWF WAR. And now he has Ryan Sparxx on his shoulders. Ryan trying to escape now, and a net breaker there by Chris Champ. And that could be it. Could be it. Chris Champ could be setting himself to SummerSlam, and Ryan gets the shoulder up. And Ryan grabbing the ropes here. And honestly, at this point, he could be looking for his brother. And there's an elbow to that open wound. And Ryan Sparxx now bailing. Ryan Sparxx bailing here. And wait. Chris Champ now about to knock Ryan Sparxx off the apron. And Ryan catches him again in that eye. Again in that eye. Kick to the midsection. And look at that. 3 straight shots to that eye. And there's more blood pouring out of Chris Champ. And there's the kick. And man, Chris Champ is bleeding a lot right now, folks. And he kicked out at 1, though. He kicked out at 1. And Chris Champ now headbutt. Chris Champ now. Pop-up powerbomb. There it is. Pop-up powerbomb by Chris Champ. 2. And Ryan gets the shoulder up. What a main event this is here on MPWF WAR, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of this matchup will be the #1 contender for the CAW World Heavyweight Championship, facing the one Shane Carter at SummerSlam. Chris Champ now launching Ryan Sparxx into the buckle. And now he's got him on the top rope, but Ryan fights back here. And now Ryan throwing Chris Champ into the buckle himself now. Face first into the top turnbuckle. Ryan now has Chris Champ on the very top. Wait a damn second here. Ryan Sparxx now with an inverted suplex off the top rope, and that could be it, folks. Ryan Sparxx could be going to SummerSlam. Wait a minute! Chris Champ said fighting, I'm about to cuss. Fighting down spirit, ladies and gentlemen. Fighting spirit. And now, bam, slam them. Chris Champ. Man, he got me fired up. But wait a minute. There's Tony Sparxx. And we said it was a matter of time. Coming out with the steel chair to help his brother. Seeing Chris Champ kick out at 1, Tony Sparxx said, I gotta come save him now. He needs my damn help. And now Chris Champ is distracted. Wait a minute. There's the world champion. Shane Carter now taking out Tony Sparxx. Shane Carter saying this one is going to be fought respectfully. And there's a pile driver to Tony Sparxx. Shane Carter taking out Tony Sparxx, saying if your brother going to be the #1 contender, he going to have to win this the right way. Yeah, take his ass to the back. We got ourselves a #1 contendership match going on right now. But wait a minute, Chris Champ not paying attention. And now Ryan Sparxx there. Look at his hands on the tights. And Chris Champ gets the shoulder up. And now, Ryan Sparxx with a clothesline there, but the distraction from his brother was enough. It was enough. And now Ryan on the top rope here. Chris Champ getting to his feet slowly. And now Ryan Sparxx up the top rope there with a crossbody, and he hits him. Chris Champ tried to reverse it, but it wasn't enough, and another 1 count kick out. Another 1 count kick out, and now Ryan Sparxx is going, what on earth do I got to do to beat this man here? Look at these strikes on Chris Champ. He is completely spaghetti-legged, and Ryan is tattooing his face and beating on him in the corner. But Chris Champ will not give up this opportunity to become the #1 contender for the title. And Champ now fires back with an elbow to the midsection there of Ryan Sparxx. And now, wait a minute, Chris Champ has Ryan Sparxx on his shoulder now. And now Chris Champ, oh my gosh. Dropping Ryan Sparxx face first to win this matchup with the cover. 2. Oh, Ryan just gets the shoulder up. What a matchup, folks. What a matchup. Chris Champ now looking for the pounce. Looking for the pounce, perhaps. And Ryan fires back with 2 boots to the face. And Ryan right back to that front face bulldog. The move that split open Chris Champ in this match. And clothesline there by Ryan Sparxx. And now, wait a minute. Ryan now looking, perhaps, for that TKO. Knee to the face. And he's got Chris Champ up here. And he's going to go for the TKO, and he hits it. Every bit of it here on Chris Champ. With the cover. 2. Chris Champ gets the shoulder up again. And Ryan is in disbelief. Ryan is in disbelief. Chris Champ wants to be the #1 contender for SummerSlam. And now, what a knee to the face there. Manifest destiny for Chris Champ here. And then Ryan throwing it back into the buckle again. And Chris Champ fires back with a huge elbow. That one dropped Ryan. And now, gosh, into the buckle again. And wait a minute. Chris Champ now sending Ryan off the ropes. Champ now counts. Counts to Ryan Sparxx, and that's it. The pounce by Chris Champ. Wait a second. Wait a minute. That's Marcus of the Generation of Scum. And he's distracting the official. What the hell is going on here? The pounce by Chris Champ. And Chris Champ trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Wait a minute. No, it's Lamar. Lamar now with the baseball bat. Whilst the referee's been distracted. And, oh my God. Oh my goodness. And Lamar now has Chris Champ up for the tombstone and a tombstone power driver. And this is the second world title opportunity that Lamar has screwed Chris Champ out of. And Marcus now telling the referee you got to pay attention to the match. Oh, come on now. And wait a minute. Look at the blood pouring out the head of Chris Champ. And now there is the Sparxx effect by Ryan Sparxx. Now wait a minute. Ryan Sparxx ain't fully done yet. Chris Champ starting to get to his feet, and there's the superstardom kick by Ryan Sparxx. An ode to his brother. And now hooks a leg on Chris Champ, who is bleeding profusely. And Ryan Sparxx is the #1 contender for SummerSlam. Now I need somebody to explain this to me at ABC. Why this generation of scum just came out here and screwed Chris Champ. I know Lamar has his issue with Chris Champ. Hell, he won the title from him, the North American title. Why did they just do... Chris Champ was moments away from becoming the #1 contender at SummerSlam for the title. And now, the generation of scum has screwed him over. Look at that blood pouring on the floor there. Chris Champ is out. Ryan Sparxx, though, picks up another victory here on MPWF WAR. But hold on a minute. Oh, wait, this ain't like Max Payne, who let Ryan Sparxx celebrate. Lamar and Marcus are confronting Ryan Sparxx. Wait a damn second here, folks. This ain't going to be good for Ryan Sparxx. And Ryan focusing on Marcus. And now Lamar now attacking Ryan. And now he's got him up here for the tombstone power driver. And a second goldstone power driver there by Lamar. Again, we haven't even talked about Antonio Goldman tonight. Lamar's father, who's not here after what the generation of scum did to him at Bloodlines. And there's a spiral tap by Marcus. And they have cost Chris Champ and have just taken out Ryan Sparxx. And look at who's waiting on the stage. The world champion, Shane Carmen. And Marcus now staring down at him. He says, do we have your attention now? Do we have your attention now, Shane? It doesn't matter who is the #1 contender. I am the holder of the Money in the Bank briefcase, and that means I am the uncrowned CAW World Heavyweight Champion. Your time is coming, and the generation of scum will rise. Folks, a catalyst for change is coming. Will it be the generation of scum? We know that Ryan Sparxx will meet Shane Carter for the world title at SummerSlam. But let's not forget that Marcus is still Mr. Money in the Bank. There is a lot to unpack here in this situation, folks. But, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dwayne James Johnny Feelgood. This was MPWF WAR. Join us next for Annihilation here on YouTube. I am signing out. Good night, folks, and we will see you soon.